Class, When Your Health Matters, the class designed to empower you to better health through knowledge and education. And I'm your host, Dr. Richard Huntoon from Advanced Alternative Medicine Center. We're located at 138 Canal Street in Pooler Park, that is in Pooler, Georgia. We're in Suite 404 of Building 400. If you want to get a hold of me, the simplest way would be to stop into the office, again at 138 Canal Street in Pooler Park. But I understand people are still a little bit apprehensive with regards to COVID and meeting new people and what they've put us through for the last, 18 months. So I understand. So that's why we do these free classes every week, video classes online. You can always call me directly at area code 845-561-2225. Again, 845-561-2225. Please do not text that phone, as that phone does not receive texts. It's not equipped to do that. I will never get back to you, and that would really defeat the purpose for you trying to contact me. But you can email me directly at docrick@spineboy.com. That's DOCRICK@spineboy.com. And whether you stop in, whether you call, or whether you email me, it's my pleasure to help you to better understanding what the concerns that you have. This class is called When Your Health Matters. It's right in line with my radio show, also called When Your Health Matters, and my book called When Your Health Matters. This particular class, as we move in further into the month of June, is on a vitamin that very few people have heard of, simply because the government removed it from the literature recently after it was discovered way back in the 1930s, I believe it was. I believe 1934 was when it was first published. It's very, very important for your health. Most people have a deficiency in it simply because you get your vitamin F by eating butter and leafy green vegetables, and it's quite readily available. The challenge is that they've replaced vitamin F naturally found in butter with a man-made product that was originally called oleo, which then evolved into the current product called margarine. And that was based on a petroleum product. That's right, a petroleum product that was left over from the World War II war machine. And they had these excess amounts of petroleum product, and so they converted it into a thing called oleo, which eventually became margarine, and put it into our food supply. Isn't that nice? Not really. So vitamin F is part of the vitamin E molecule. There's two components to it. There's vitamin F and vitamin F2. The F is the counterbalance to the vitamin D molecule that is produced every time you go out into the sun. It's a very interesting relationship. Like I said, vitamin F is the counterbalance, so if I can explain the mechanism where vitamin F is valuable, then you'll appreciate the need for it. When you're out in the sun and the oils that are naturally on your skin are exposed to sunlight, the byproduct of that is vitamin D. Vitamin D then wades through the tissues, picking up calcium along the way and pulling calcium out of the tissues into the bloodstream, which is then transported through the blood for bone health, hormonal health, and other things. But ultimately, over time, calcium gets depleted from your tissues. And when calcium gets depleted from your tissues, now your tissues are prone to damage. And that's when you start to get sunburn. You could get sunstroke. You could get sun poisoning. These are all long-term exposure to the sun in the absence of calcium and the vitamin D counterbalance, which is vitamin F. Vitamin F is what picks up calcium from the blood and puts it back into the tissues. So if you have sufficient amounts of vitamin F circulating around and within your diet, then what will happen is that you can go out into the sun and you won't get sunburn. And I teach people how to do that every year for those who are interested in knowing. Sunblock, sunscreens are very unhealthy for you as they block your body's ability to manufacture vitamin D. And that's the foundational basis for why we have a vitamin D deficiency in this country. The other concept is that the sun is, quote, bad for you. The center of our galaxy that gives rise to life, to all life in the galaxy, is promoted by the sun. And somehow within the last 35 or 40 years, we as a species have become allergic to, if you will. We're afraid to get exposed to the sun because they tell us that sun causes cancer. Actually, sunlight is one of the things that helps to prevent cancer. By having enough circulating vitamin D in your system, which helps to stimulate your immune system and maintain hormonal imbalance, both of which are involved in the cancer mechanism. So appreciating the fact that if you're blocking your vitamin D, then you don't manufacture any vitamin D and you're going to have various health problems as a result. But getting back to vitamin F is the natural healthy counterbalance to the vitamin D. Like I said, it picks up calcium within the blood and puts it back into the tissues. And as long as you have sufficient vitamin F circulating around, putting the calcium back into your tissues after sun exposure, you will never get sunburned. I never wear sunscreen or sunblock, and I don't get sunburn. I get a nice reddish brown tan, red initially, then it quickly turns brown, and my skin gets very tan during the summertime. Now, what are the foods again that are found to be high in vitamin F? Well, butter, something that the darker complected communities wear. They put on as a health mechanism to maintain the integrity and the health and the sheen of their skin. They use the thing called shea butter. Shea butter is very, very high in vitamin F. And when you apply it to your skin, it maintains the integrity of that skin, keeps the skin looking healthy and has a nice sheen to it. The difficulty is if you don't use shea butter on your skin, as somebody of the dark complected community, you will get what's known as ashen skin, to where the skin cells, as they're dying, you can actually see them, and they have a gray whitish coating. So by using shea butter on your skin, you actually protect that from happening. I use shea butter every morning when I get out of the shower. It helps to seal the moisture in. And anybody that has had an experience of touching my hands, they always say the same thing. You have the softest skin. Well, yeah, because I use shea butter and I eat healthy and drink enough water and maintain the integrity of my skin. Now, what if you don't have enough vitamin F? You're going to get sunburn when you go out into the sun, and you're going to think that you need sunblock. And then you're going to apply that sunblock or the sunscreens or what have you, and then you're going to defeat your body's ability to manufacture naturally vitamin D, the only free vitamin that there is out there. You just go outside and you produce vitamin D. And when you get hypervitaminosis D, those are the symptoms of sunstroke, sun poisoning, and sunburn. So we want to make sure that you don't do that. And the easiest way to not do that is to eat lots of leafy green vegetables, use butter regularly, and potentially go out to the store and get some organic shea butter and apply that to your skin every time you get out of the shower, and your skin will be fine. So you want to make sure that you get enough vitamin F. And like I said, if you get enough vitamin F, then you won't ever have to worry about getting sunburn or sunstroke or sun poisoning. So that's really it for this week's class. I hope you appreciate vitamin F. I hope you will continue to eat your leafy green vegetables and to use butter on a regular basis and get plenty of vitamin F, and make sure you go out into the sun so that you get enough vitamin D. So if you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call at area code 845-561-2225. Again, 845-561-2225, or you can email me directly at docrick, DOCRICK, at spineboy.com. And or stop into the office at 138 Canal Street in Pooler Park. Again, that is in Pooler, Georgia. And it's my pleasure to help you to better understanding what the concerns you have. Thanks for tuning in, and tune back in next week. Same health time, same health station. And I look forward to it. Thanks so much.